Welcome to another episode of the Get Hit podcast. We're gang and we're here. I'm your host, LP Kante. Please like, subscribe, share the podcast. Today we have no sponsors, so let's get right to the show. Um, so it's been a while since I uploaded any single thing on the SoundCloud as well as the YouTube. Things have been hectic, but I could say the same for everyone else. And today to this week, I'm on one of my early runs, if you will. Forgive me if you hear some noises at the background. I have some family staying over, as well as I have some construction going on in the background. So yeah, please apologize on behalf of the poor audio quality, if you will. Yeah, let's get right to the show. I already said that, but there's been a lot of events happening in our lives, as I always usually say. And today I'm a little bit confused about the banking system of the whole world. Yo, these banks are frauds, but we don't know how much fraud they are. I'm telling you, like, there's something really about these banks that doesn't sit well with me. So, whenever you send a wire transfer, whether it's actually local, is different. Whenever you send an international transfer, right? Let's say you convert the money into US dollars, right? So I'm in Canada, so usually when I'm trading with somebody outside, I send the money in US dollars, right? Whenever you send a bank account or whenever you send a wire transfer, the money gets converted, right? And based on the conversion rate, you're supposed to pay extra. I mean, that's how the forex exchange market works, right? Like monies compete against monies, and then blah blah blah. The end result is whatever. So what I've noticed is that the bank always charges the highest trading currency at that time. So let's say like for example, you send an e-transfer. No, actually you send a wire transfer, right? You send a wire transfer and during that time that you send the wire transfer, let's say like the trading rate compared to Canada is like $1 is selling for a high $1.30 and a low, let's say $1.20, right? What the bank usually does is that they take your money and they charge you at $1.30. So after they've charged you on $1.30, after they process or they change the money into Canadian dollars, and that is always going to be more. That is not my problem. The problem is when you're converting the money back. That is where my problem is. So, in every single world and in every single reasonable institution, if you give, let's say if I put $50 down, right? And I come back and I'm like, hey, remember with the time that I gave you $50, right? Okay, I want you to give me back my 50. You would expect a 50, right? But imagine you put down a $50 bill, right? And the next day you come, I'm like, hey, do you remember the 50 that I gave to you? Yeah. Okay, so give me back my 50. And the guy's like, nah, 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 nah. I'm not giving you back your 50. Now I have to give you $20 for the same amount of the 50 that you gave me. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. You can't put a $50 bill and you go literally the next day, right? Because let's be honest, the changes in the forex market is not that drastic. It's not. You go the next day, right? And the next day you go, they're like, hey, where's my 50? And they're like, nah, now I'm giving you a 20. But on the same spot, if you're like, okay, so you're gonna give me a 20, right? So now I want to give you back that 20. Because that's how that listen to the transaction that I'm trying to make. Now you're gonna give them that same 20 back, right? And on the same day, literally a minute later, you're like, hey, give me my 20 because first when I gave you that 50, you were like, okay, the market dropped. So I came back yesterday, you gave me a 20. But now in the same minute, it's not 24 hours. In the same minute, you give him back your 20 and you expect the 20 back, and he's like, nah, I'm gonna give you a tenner. Won't that confuse the shit out of you? That is how the banks fucking operate, man. People ask me why I'm religious, and this is the reason why I'm religious. I want all these heads of corporations, all these ones that are frauding people out of money to go to hell. I really, really, really want them to go to hell. Bible said don't wish bad for anybody, but no, I wish death upon them, bro. Do you know how crazy it is? So I spent a large sum of money, not to the average, I mean, to the average person, what I spent is large, but to the corporations, they don't give a shit, right? So let's say I put 2,000 right into an account, change it into US, yada yada yada. No, actually, let's say I put like $1,000, change it into US, yada yada yada. Like I wanted $1,000 US. Let's say converted into the Canadian currency. It was around like what do you call it, 1,500, right? This is what the bank does when the wire transfer is cancelled and they're giving you your refund. They never give you your refund back. They reconvert it again and charge you for the lowest conversion rates as possible. So that means that you could send $1,000 US, you will pay 1,500 for it, and when you're getting your refund, you get $900 back. How does that make sense? How aren't these corporations arrested? That means that of one transaction alone, you made $600 of one transaction. Because if I'm giving you $1,000, right, US, you charge me in my current society 1,500, right? That means you make an extra $500 of the 1,000 that you're supposed to send. No problem. No problem. The money comes back because for some reason a mistake happens. It comes back. Instead of you giving me what do you call it? My rate. Let's say the US rate, blah 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 blah, whatever. Instead of you giving me back my original rate, you give me 900. So you made $600 of my transaction. Bro, this is maddening. This is sad. All these corporations should be held accountable. There's no way. There's no way it's going to be allowed anywhere else in the world that I give you $50, right? I come back, you charge me for the highest rate. Okay? When I'm coming to get my refund, you charge me for the lowest rate as possible too. And then after you charge your fees on top of that. How is this legal, man? How the fuck is this legal? How the fuck is this legal, bro? Every single day, hard-working people working. Yo, I know someone who works two shifts, 16 hours, bro. The bank will just use 24 hours to make $600 of one transaction. How how is this legal? If I give you my transfer, if I'm anybody who's going to ask for a refund, right, should get at the very least, because it's a 24-hour transaction though. So okay, here's my question. If the Canadian rates then passed the US, do you know what they would have done? They would have given me the same or less money than possible. Like if you're keeping it fair, keep it fair on both sides. You can't charge me for the highest rate, and when I want my refund, you charge me for the lowest rate. No, no, then no, no. How is this legal, bro? How the fuck is this legal? How aren't these guys arrested, man? How, man? working citizens of the whole world. Every single thing, every single transaction that is made, these guys are being fucked. We are being fucked. Every single transaction that is made, we're being fucked. You fucking governments, you close down businesses, you close down stores, you keep people from their sanity, right? You make all these mega corporations operate. And then you expect us to bow down and bend over anytime the chance comes for you to fuck us? No, fuck you. Fuck you. That's what I'm saying. Fuck you. You know the saying that I wish you all in hell? Nah, I wish you all the bad and all the evil things in hell, bro. I don't want to see you in hell because you're gonna be there yourself. Bro, it's crazy, man. And don't get me started on the stocks. Like I bought some stocks, I sold it, right? RBC, every single transaction that is made is $10 commission, US or Canadian. $10 commission. Really? So that means that if I buy something for 25 cents, if a stock is selling for 25 cents and I buy one share, that's $10. How the fuck is this legal? And every single transaction sold or bought is $10. So that means that, let's say that on average your stock made what do you call it? Let's say your stock made $20, right? And let's say you bought $25 cents, 25 cents shares, then you bought like how much? And now you profited off $20. Your money then is now being taken $10 off every single thing that you sell. Every single thing you buy, every single thing you sell is $10. So that means that if you sell one share of that 25 cents share, right? You're making a minus what? 11 point. What's the math? That's 25 cents, right? You're selling, right? Minus that. Yeah, you're making a negative $9.75. No, $9.70 every single time you sell a 25 cent share. Just one. How, man? How, bro? And every single time you buy that 25 cents, you're still at a negative. Like, no matter what you do in these systems, you don't win. This is why I want to get fucking rich, bro. So that all these institutions will get the fuck out of the way. You charge interest on every single transaction that you make. You use other people's monies just to make yourself rich. Imagine, isn't that what fraudsters do though? And that is illegal. So why the fuck is the bank allowed to do that? How is the bank allowed to do that? If you do that, that is fraud. If the bank does that, that is business transactions. How? How, man? How? You open an account, you're paying for the monthly account. Yada, 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 credit card insurance, interest rates. The national interest rate actually is around 3 to 6%. But on your credit card, they charge you 22%. Minus that 6% interest. That's what? 16%. 16% interest. That is more than any single stock in the world. A month. A month, you're being charged 60 because let's say they give their share. The highest interest rate is 6%. Let's say the national what do you call it? National Canada Bank, blah 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 blah, and national banks of Canada or America, whatever. Let's say the primary set interest is 6%. Okay, your credit card is 22% interest. Let's say they give their 6% share to the bank. That's still a 16% interest every single month. On $1,000, right? On every single $1,000 that is being given, the interest per month is $220, provided if you don't pay anything. $220, right? Okay, $220, take 6% out. That's what? $12. Wait, am I doing the math right? You know what? This is what we're gonna do. 22%. That's the interest. Actually, let's start at 16. So yeah, because this is a very confusing topic. So let's say that the national what do you call it? The national, excuse me, excuse me. Sorry, I'm burping. My apologies. The national bank interest is 6%, right? 6% of 1,000 is $60, isn't it? Now that extra 16 $160 that goes into one person's pocket. Now imagine that that person is able to multiply it by a million people who own credit cards. Let's say on average $1,000 a month. Let's say on average $1,000 a month. Every single time interest is being collected. So that's what do you call it? 100. That's $220 minus that 6%. If I do the math right, or should I do 16? Yeah, minus that 6%. That's $60. So that's $160 times 1 million. That's 16 million every single month of 1 million people, bro. You make $16 million a month off 1 million people, with assuming that the average credit card debt per month is $1,000. Now, if you're a single mother or a single father, or like even a family, let's say you have $3,000 of debt, right? Multiply that. Multiply that times 22%. Cancel, cancel. On average, you're paying $660 every single month on interest alone of a $3,000 debt that you have per month. How is this legal, man? How are banking systems still allowed to operate, bro? This is how the rich gets richer, man. Because you can't do anything with that credit card. That credit card score shit is bullshit, though. It has its perks, but it's bullshit. If I don't use my credit card, I can't build a credit, or what do you call it? I can't build a credit score. And without the credit score, regardless if I have the money or not to afford what I'm doing, you still wouldn't give it to me. They're like, oh, a credit score is a sure way to. No, bro. Everybody should start with a what? What's the highest credit score? 900 with a 900%. Any single. That's how it should start. You shouldn't start building your credit. The incentive is that the incentive for these fucking corporation is that every single time the layman is in debt. Every single day, bro. That is the incentive of a credit score, to ensure that you're always in debt. Because if you're always borrowing, and it's a psychological thing though. Like I'm telling you, it's a psychological thing. For instance, it's not. I don't think most people forget to pay their bills. I think what happens is that most people think they've already paid it, or it's something like an illusion, if you will, where it's like when you're using somebody else's money, you don't feel it out of your own pocket, right? So you think it's already being paid for. So maybe yeah, okay, maybe forget to pay their bills, like. But I'm saying that there is these rich people have spent millions and trillions and billions and whatever, how many dollars that there is, in mind control technology. I'm not being a conspiracy theorist, but from every single decision that you make, it's meant to profit somebody else. Every single decision you make, from what you buy, from what you eat, right? From how much you buy, from how much you save, from how much you see. Every single thing is being programmed to cater to somebody else's benefit. There's no win for the average man. Every single business transaction, let's say you want to start a business, every single business transaction you make for the next 5 to 10 years is not meant for you. It's meant to profit somebody else. Tell me how Canada Health made how much did Canada Health make? They made $560 million in 2021 alone of licenses. That does not include any taxes. They made $560 million. How much do you know? That is just one institution of Canada Health, one branch of government. That is minus taxes. That is minus the tax. Oh my goodness, man. I'm sorry, like, fuck the banks, man. Fuck the banks. Fuck all these corporations that always scam us for money. No matter how much money they have, these greedy bastards always scam the average people for money just because they can. That is the sweet, profitable ability of power. You can, so you fucking do it. You don't have to. You don't have to. You shouldn't have to. You have so much money, you don't have to. But just because you can, you do it. Fuck you. I hope to see you in hell. Actually, no. I hope you go in hell because I'll be waiting in heaven. And I want you to ask me for that water, just like Lazarus asked the people for that water. You know what? I'm not even gonna piss in your mouth. I'm not even a piss, bro. You be asking me to piss in your mouth. I'm not gonna piss in your mouth. And I hope that everybody who does this goes there. Anyway, this is another episode of the Get Hit Podcast, gang in here. Today I'm so emotional about this. Fuck the banks, eh? Fuck the banks. Yeah, please like, subscribe, and share. Do all that good stuff. Thank you for listening again. Have a good day.